Hello, my name is Beth Sparrow, and I'm the president of the Nebraska State Genealogical Society. And today I'm going to do a tour of the NSGS website. So this here is our website. You can go to www.nsgs.org. And this is our homepage. At the top, we have these rotating photos that are photos of our past conferences and things like that. The front page has we celebrated 40 years of NSGS recently. So there's all about our society there. There's an example of a family recognition certificate, which I'll tell you about later. And welcome to our site and a project list. So you can feel free to explore that page. Our menu is over here on the left. Next is the About Us on the menu. And so it talks about our history when we were established in 1977. Talks about we welcome beginning to advanced researchers. You do not have to live in Nebraska. We have many, I would say close to half of our membership lives out of state, but they just have ties to Nebraska. Their ancestors live here. We do give out a Genealogist of the Year award, and we'll talk about that too. And so our operating year is June 1st to May 31st. These are our officers and our committees and our area representatives. And actually, if you, nope, that's on the next one. So this just talks about all about us. On the Contact Us page, that's where you can click on a name and you're able to email that person. So our mailing address, our PO Box in Lincoln is here. If you have a general inquiry, that can go to conference@nsgs.org. And actually, I will get that. And here's our committees. If you want to contact one of these people, you can see when you point to them, they're underlined, and then you can click on them and it will open up your mail so you can email them. Or you can use our convenient web contact form. And that will go to me, and if it isn't meant to be to me, I will get it to the person it needs to go to. We are on Facebook and Twitter, so if you click this link, you will find us on Facebook, and that link will pop up. And we are on Twitter, although I should tweet more than I do, but you can click that link and it will come up on Twitter. Next is the member login. So if you are a member, you'll want to put in your login name and your password. And then we can see what benefits. This area right here is just for members only. So of course, members have a profile. Might list your plan and your address, and you can put a picture there and different things. And then over there, you can click on each of these, your contact info, alternate contact info, custom data, that's usually your area. We separate each one's into areas. And then the surnames, if you have certain surnames in Nebraska you're researching, you can put these down. If someone else is doing these surnames, they might be able to find you. So that's kind of a nice feature. Our membership list, if you want to find someone, you can search our membership list by name. You can see we currently have about 210 members. Our Nebraska newsletter is located here. So if you become a member and you want to see our past newsletters, you can click on any of these and they will open up, PDF will open up and you can read them. The census is a very good benefit for members. We pay a lot for this to be on our website, as the images are quite large. So I really encourage you, if you are a member, to please use the census. So you can just enter a name, and then you can search for it, and then it will show you all of the censuses that we have for that person. So if we just take the second one, Amos Jorgensen, I don't happen to know that one, but the little paper thing says View Document, and you can actually view the scanned version of it. The little eye thing says View Details, and that will just give you more like an indexed look at it. So that census is very helpful if you have Nebraska ancestors. So please use that, because we're paying quite a bit to host it on our site. Other things that are useful for researchers, these are our family recognition certificates. The older ones we have scanned and put them online and indexed them. So you can search for a name if you wanted to, just put in the surname and you can search for it, or you can view them right here. Again, the little I is like an index. It will tell you the details about what kind of certificate it was, and the number and the date it was issued. And then the little paper thing will actually bring up the scanned in documents. And so there you might actually see a pedigree chart and source documents. There could even be marriage records or anything that someone might submit as their source for their ancestor being a candidate for this certificate. There are some nice things under our secure download. This is available for members only. Again, conference syllabuses from our past conferences are here. So if you missed one, you can download those. Those are kind of large files too, so we only keep a couple on there. And then if we go back, all our ancestries are on here once they are published. So if you missed an issue, these are mailed out to you, the quarterly ancestries, but they're also available online, so you can download a PDF. You can see we had a few issues in 2015 and 2017 that were never developed, so, but at least it does say there that we know they're not developed. But you can go clear back to the year 2006 and see many old ancestries. So there is almost 14 years of ancestries here on this. Well, there's 12 years of ancestries right now on here for members only. Hopefully we'll get up to 14 once we get caught up. That could take a few more months. So also under secure downloads is our bylaws and standing rules, if you'd like to know more about the bylaws of our association. The meeting minutes, if you'd like to know about the board meeting minutes, they are on here, and our annual meeting. We typically have our annual meeting when we have our conference. And there are a few research files on here. So there are a few handouts like from presentations given by local presenters. Also on here for members is a list of NSGS charter members. Anyone who joined in our first year was considered a charter member. So because of that, we have over 700 charter members. If we scroll down, we have 759 charter members. And I have been trying to keep track of if they are still alive or deceased. So if you know someone on this list and you know they're deceased and I don't have them marked as such, please send me an email and let me know. Some of the more common names you can understand might be a little harder for me to research, or if they left the town that we had them in, if they moved away, that makes them a little harder to figure out if they're still with us or not. But we are thankful for all of these charter members. Also, there's a list of Nebraska newspapers. So this is a short list of newspapers that are digitized and online. Some of them are free and some of them do require a subscription. So that is all the section for members only. If you want to become a member to get all of these benefits, you click on membership, and this talks about our membership benefits, talks about our library and our microfilm rental and the members only access to the website and the quarterly publication, The Ancestry. And then to become a member, you click on the online membership, and here's a membership registration form. Fill in all your information. Click this little button at the bottom to check this box, and then enter the code and then submit registration. And then that will take you to another page where you can either print the page or you can pay by PayPal. We do have an events section. So if there were any genealogy events in Nebraska, we can list them right here. We don't have any coming up very soon, so we can also enter board meetings here, area events, board meetings, local society monthly meetings. So any society in Nebraska monthly meetings we can put there. Under our events is our annual conference. So this shows the history of our annual conference, about what speakers we've had in the past and where we've held it. And then also at the bottom, it gives our next conference and information about our upcoming conference. Along with that is our genealogist of the year. Every year, we seek nominations from the genealogy societies in Nebraska or genealogists in Nebraska for a genealogist who has done exceedingly well and should be nominated for the genealogist of the year. And so we get several nominations, sometimes 4, sometimes 6, it varies, but and then the board votes on them and we select a winner, and they get a nice plaque and they get recognized at our annual conference. And then the other the other nominees receive a nice certificate for applying. And so these are our list of our past genealogists of the year. And this is a picture of our last genealogist of the year and a little bit about him. Our library holdings are on our website. So this is a great benefit for members. If you are seeking a family book, maybe there was a book published about your family and you can't find it anywhere, maybe it's not on Amazon, not on eBay, not anywhere, you can check to see if we have it. If it is about a Nebraska ancestor or a Nebraska location, there's a good chance we have it. We seek any kind of donations, or we even purchase some books that have to do with Nebraska history, Nebraska genealogy. So we do have 4,038 volumes in our collection. So you can search and see if we have the book you're searching for. If you become a member, we can ship it to you and you can borrow it for a few weeks and then you ship it back when you're done. And there is a little fee for the shipping of the book. And all of that information is under our library lending instructions. So it talks about the rules of our library and how to borrow a book. And so you can email our librarian with any questions about that. There's also microfilm rental. We have microfilm located in Scottsbluff, and members can rent the microfilm and you can just contact it. And this is the list of all the microfilm we have by county. So if there's any county that interests you and you have a microfilm reader handy, you can become a member and rent the microfilm for the cost of postage. Okay, Nebraska Links is next. So these are many genealogical societies in Nebraska. Either they're links to their webpage or their Facebook page. So if you're looking for one, you might come here and then you could find them. There's also a few that are not genealogical societies. We also have like the, I believe History Nebraska is on here. Yeah, History Nebraska at the bottom, because they are, of course, our state archives. And then there's a magazine. I'm actually not sure why that one's on there, because it's in National Archives, I guess. So we have different categories we can put our links under. And so there's also a link to the vital records from DHHS. So if you want to request a death certificate and don't know how to get to that website, there's a link down here. Downloadable documents. This is a section for documents that are downloadable by anyone, members or non-members. So there's an area representative map. If you live in Nebraska and want to know who your area representative is, you can download that and it will give you information on that. There's conference information on the past. So there are conference brochures from the past, vendor forms, things like that. There are family recognition applications. If you decide your family has been in Nebraska at least 100 years ago. So in 1920 or before, if they settled in Nebraska, you can apply for a family recognition application. And so you can download the application form right there. The membership brochure, if you'd rather print out a membership form and mail it in, there is a membership brochure here and you could print that out to mail it in. There's also a website tour if you'd prefer to see it as a downloadable document instead of this video, you can do that. And there's also a list of publications as far as a download. County resources. As you may know, Nebraska has 93 counties. 93 is a lot. So we have tried to make a resource page for each county. Well, some of our counties are pretty good, like Adams County. Let's click on it. It does pretty well. It lists resources at the courthouse. It lists school information, place names, just a whole page of things that we can scroll down and find. So that county does pretty good. Now let's try another county. Let's pick Burt County. Oh, Burt County doesn't have hardly anything in it. So we need some more information on Burt County. So this is where we can use your help. So we're seeking information about all the counties so that we can be the place that people come when they want to research in Nebraska. So that they can click on a county they want and say, I want to know about where's the courthouse in Adams County? Like, what do I do? And so then you can come here and find out what you're looking for. Like, when do they have marriage records from? Well, right here in Adams County, they have marriage licenses from 1872 to the present. So, you know, if you're researching Adams County, that'd be great to know. So we just want to know all things about history of the county, the courthouse, place names, the schools, the newspapers, funeral homes, cemeteries, and not really an index list of cemeteries, because that's probably on Find a Grave and Billion Graves, but just a list of all the cemeteries in the county. So everything under these categories. And then like other websites with links. So if you can help with the county, you know, click on whatever county interests you. If you can help with one of these counties, please contact me and I will get you a little form that you can look for all this information. A lot of this can be found online. I've done counties that I'm not even familiar with just by looking online. Like there's a little bit under Arthur County, which is a very tiny county, because I put it in here and I just looked for it. I mean, Arthur County, it's like the population's less than 500. So it wasn't very hard to find the courthouse and the place names and the cemeteries. Excuse me. So some of this can be easily found online. It just takes the manpower for so many people to do it. Okay, next on our website, after the 93 counties, is research hints. If you are a researcher, which you probably are if you're here, this gives you some basic information about researching. Not necessarily Nebraska, but just in general. So this would probably mostly help beginners. Surname research, remember that surname page for members. This is where you can find surnames in Nebraska that people are researching, that they have entered. So you might search for your surname and see if you could find a cousin on this list. And then because of that, we also entered a page on how to enter your surnames, because people were like, well, how do I put my surname on there? Well, you become a member and you go to the surname tab and you can become and then you can put yours on there. And maybe your cousin will find you. Okay, we also have one over here for ancestries. This just talks about our ancestries. Some of our really old ancestries are located on a free site on Root's web. And so that link is here if you wanted to find our really old ancestries. So we're talking about before 2006. I don't know if they go back as far as 1977, but I know there's quite a number of old ancestries on there. But it also talks about how to become a member to get our current ancestries. And if you have articles or indexes to submit, of course, we can always use those. So then you can email editor@nsgs.org to submit. Our family recognition application is on our website. So this talks about the requirements. For each certificate, we have 3 kinds: the first family, the pioneer family, and the century family. And so that talks about the requirements as to which certificate your family would qualify for. And there's instructions on how to apply and the acceptable sources of proof. And this document, the application form, is under the downloadable documents, as I said before. We also have a list of Nebraska speakers. These are local speakers who live generally in Nebraska. I think there's one that lives slightly outside of Nebraska, who are willing to come and speak in Nebraska. So if you are a local genealogical society looking for a speaker, and you have a little money to pay these people, you might consider bringing them in and having them speak on a certain topic. If you are a genealogical speaker and you're not on this list and you live in Nebraska and you want to be, please let me know and we will add you to our list. Also, we have a list of Nebraska researchers. Perhaps you live far away from Nebraska, perhaps California or New York, and you are researching your ancestor who lived in Nebraska, but you can't come here because it's COVID and no one wants to fly in a plane right now. So you want to contact a Nebraska researcher who might be able to get to Lancaster County or Thurston County or Knuckles County. So then you might come and see this list and see if there is a researcher who might be close to that county that they could help you with your research. These people, you would pay these people whatever they charge. We do not know how much they charge. Just you would have to contact them by email and then ask them how much they charge. Our list for publications is here on our website. So if you're interested in a certain publication, and it says the number of pages and the price, and then the instructions for ordering are at the top to contact our publications coordinator. We do have an NSGS blog, and we have not blogged much lately, so sorry to say there's not much on that. And then the forums are kind of like queries. If you have a question about Nebraska research, you could possibly enter it here and you might get an answer. And then the rest of that is just for people who administrate the site, for the website administrators. So that is basically a tour of our website. If you have any questions at all, you can always contact me at conference@nsgs.org, or you can fill out the web contact form. And I thank you for watching this, and hopefully this gave you more information about our website, and I hope you have a good day.